Hello, everyone, and welcome to Judy's Mind Body. And I will begin to work with a stool with you today. So if you have one, that would be great. We're just going to start with a weight shift with stool. So first, in terms of getting your stool ready, you also want to have some water nearby that you can reach for periodically so that you can hydrate. Hydration is important because we will be working with the breath today. So you need to always have your water ready to go. When you get tired, you can sit down, whatever you need for your body, please take care of it. All right, so starting with the stool, we're going to first be shifting up and down, forward and back, in preparation for one of our first moves in T'ai Chi Chih, which is rocking motion. So this is coming to the balls of the feet here. You're behind your stool, holding on to it, at least supporting yourself here. Don't pull it towards you. And then you're going to come down towards your heels, and you will be doing a forward, back, up, down weight shift. So coming to your toes first, that's rising. You sink in the middle, so come down and then come back to the heels, and you're rising again. So rocking motion involves this part of it, which is sinking and rising, and that's really important to practice first so that you can get all your body ready to go. So I do quite a bit of Qigong with my students, but I feel that it's important to get all the joints working and the body working. So you might try something here where you come up. This is just a nice Qigong move, lifting up this arm, straightening it out without locking the elbow, and then coming down towards the middle of the foot, coming back up again towards the front of the foot, towards your toes, and then lifting up the arm. Good, and that's getting some length in the body and some movement going here. Let's do the other arm here. Inhale up. Very good. Sink it down. And if we wanted to make this an exaggerated move, you would be thinking also that we have a figure 8 within the rocking motion. So use your index finger to make a big figure 8 here so you can basically feel the outline. This is exaggerated movement, but it still enables the brain to say, oh, okay, that's a figure 8. It's an infinity symbol. And I'm bringing energy towards heaven and bringing it down towards earth. So let's try it. Now we're hardly going to lift the heels and we're hardly lifting the toes, but we're definitely coming through a sink in the middle. And on the inhale here, we're coming forward. And on the exhale here, we're coming to the back of the foot. Little sink in the middle because that's called the bubbling spring there. You want to feel the sinking and rising part of Qigong, which right now we are doing. So rocking motion is an ancient movement. And this is a nice way to begin with your stool. All right, so let's look at the side to side weight shift. So that was a forward, back, up, down shift. So forward, back, up, down shift for rocking motion. And the next we're going to do is the side to side shift. So you're going to come over here, bend this knee, not to go beyond the big toe, but the toe is facing this wall or there, right about there. And we're going to come back over here. So here's a shift, this leg bends. This is the yan leg or supporting leg. And the back leg is the yin leg. So if I come over here, I can show you what I mean. So here, your feet are in a V. You're rocking side to side. And when you rock over to this side, this knee bends and this knee straightens. That's the yin leg. The yin leg is straight. And you can play with that yin leg because it's fairly resilient. It's the feminine leg. I am holding onto my stool here, so notice that. I don't want to fall over any more than you do. But that leg is lightweight. So when it's out here, it's straight, right on the heel. Now, when I shift towards it, this leg becomes bent. It becomes a supporting leg on this side, and this leg becomes resilient. I'm going to just hold briefly onto my stool there and show you that that's a very light leg. And if I bring it over here, just with the heel down, bending into this leg, straightening that leg, coming, bringing the energy into this leg. It's going to bend and the other leg will straighten. So bending, straightening, yin leg will often, the heel might come up or the toe might come up. And then when you come to this side, the toe might come up over here. So you've got some basic work that you can play with there. And I like to put my thumbs on my hip bones here as I go across because I want to make a side-to-side weight shift that is even with that line on my door there. What I don't want to do is not be even. Okay, so you want to make it as comfortable as you can, but you want almost the feeling that you're on a clothesline here and that clothespin is connected to the line. It's this kind of feeling, right? Good, so we can play with that. With a stool, it's a really good thing to do with a stool. Other thing you can do with a stool is to do a forward back weight shift with stool. So we're going to sink down. You're going to shift towards the stool this time without leaning into it. Just hold on to it there solidly. And now you're going to bring the weight into that, your right leg here, and release the left and just hold on to the stool and play with the foot and then bring it out straight and drop the heel. And you can maybe bring it back a little bit so that you can see better. All right, so here we are. We're shifting over here, bending this knee, straightening the other. We're going to lift this leg up, play with it. It's the resilient leg. Then we're going to drop the heel down and come forward as if you were an opera singer and you're going to sing your beautiful aria there and then come back. It's all very open. You want to make sure that the whole body is not going beyond the knee there. So there's really a connection there with how long your shift is. So you don't want it too long or you'll end up over the knee too far. We want to preserve our knees. So when we go out, we want to feel that we don't let that knee go beyond the big toe. So not beyond, well, you can't see right there. But here, if I go out here, see, I'm not going way out there. I'm just keeping the body pretty aligned as I move forward and back. So the knee does bend, but it doesn't want to go down. You don't want to bring the upper body over it, okay? So watch how long your weight shift forward and back is. And on this side, I'm going to drop down, feet are in a V. I'm going to shift towards the chair, sink down and release this right leg out here, drop the heel. This foot's at an angle here and then moved forward towards it and back. And as I move forward and back, the knee will bend in front, but not beyond the big toe. As I come back, it will straighten. So that's the yin yang thing happening. When it straightens, and the front leg straightens like that, it becomes yin and the toe comes up. It doesn't take any effort to do that if your weight shift is just the right length for you. So you have to kind of play with your length here. All right, so let's look at the Buddhist walking meditation next. So we're going to remove our stool. Careful when you pick it up. Use your muscles in your arms to carry it, and then move it where it won't be in your way. Okay, good. Shifting down. Buddhist walking meditation is simply a way of learning how to use the foot from the heel to the toe and coming back from the toe to the heel. And it moves very slowly and not very far. So you're going to basically shift to your right and left first. Finding your side-to-side shift is helpful. And then you're going to come over to the right, release your left heel, and you'll be moving through the heel to the middle of the foot, to the front of the toe, and then a little bit forward with the other foot, not very far beyond the first foot, because it's a tiny step that goes through the heel all the way to the toe. And you can play with this around your room. I see a couple of you doing that. I think that's important. So it wouldn't have to be just forward and back. It could be around in a circle. And you want to feel the full grounding of the leg as you move. Heel, center of the foot, forward to the toe, and then you're going to stop somewhere here in your circle. And that's the idea. Okay, so that's a very good thing to work on both sides. So that was from left foot starting first. You could start with your right foot. But let's go forward and back now, and then we'll bring our toe first as we come back. So shifting down, shift to your right, bring your left heel down. Now slowly come through the middle bubbling spring of the foot where there's a little dip in it. And then to the next one. And I like to pull ropes sometimes. So pulling and pulling. And that gets your muscles working here too. So that's not bad. And pulling and pulling. Good. Now bring the toe back first. Toe. And let's use strings. Toe. Open the fingers. Pull something there like big strings of fish or something fairly significant and heavy maybe. Okay, that's good. All right, so that's a way to begin sometimes to just get those feet ready to move. And I'm moving in bare feet here. So I'm assuming if you're home, you might have a yoga mat or a carpet or something that you're walking on, or the floor. So you'll have to modify what you need for your feet. And I love grounding. So now we're going to come all the way up slowly on the inhale and exhale slowly down as we begin to feel a slow exhale. Very good. Let's ground it through the earth. We're going to move forward now, and then we're going to move back. So let's go into our left foot here, and then bring the right heel forward. We'll move forward. This time, bring the palms behind you and hold the shoulders down. Heel to toe. Heel to toe. You have to kind of believe in it to make it work. Heel to toe. Heel to toe. That's good. Now we're going to go toe to heel. So you'll start with the opposite foot. Toe to heel. Toe to heel. Toe to heel. Good. And one more. Good. Now you're going to come back to rider on horse position, which is this open position with the heels directly underneath your knees and your hips and the toes slightly out. And we'll just stay here for a second, grounding. And we'll come into triple burner, bringing the arms overhead. This is our first move that comes through 3 dantians or energy centers, the head, the heart and lungs, and the abdomen. And 3 is the head. Your first energy center will be at the bottom here at your pelvis, but you're going to move through all 3. Heart and lungs here, that's connected to the mind, and then back down to the abdomen where all movement starts, as well as the breath. You want to feel expansion here through the nostrils. Perhaps the air will be cold, and then as you exhale, you might feel that it's warm, or maybe not. That takes bringing your finger underneath your nose to feel that. But this is your inhale, and this is your exhale. And one more of triple burner coming through 3 dantians or energy centers, the head, the heart and lungs, and the abdomen. And our next Qigong move will be Buddha picks up the earth. We start up high and we move down. So we inhale first and exhale slowly down. Tongue on the upper palate. We inhale through the center body. We turn the palms upside down and we exhale out. Buddha picks up the earth. My image is of a Buddha or some great mythological god lifting up the earth, pushing it into the earth, into the air to change it, and then coming back to do it again. So we'll do 3 more of these. Buddha picks up the earth and sends it into the sky. As the palms move up just under your chin, they turn up towards the heavens. As they come down, they move towards the earth again. To do it once more. Beautiful. Our next move will be to do the accordion. You're expanding at the rib cage this way, linearly. So inhale to expand. Feel that expansion. Feel how wonderful it feels to open that much to the ribs. And now exhale back. And now they begin to contract. I'd stop right here and then inhale again to expand. It's like a lateral expansion. You feel so much wider on each side. And now contract it. And 2 more of the accordion. Expansion and contraction. Or inhaling with the tongue on the upper palate, jaws slightly open. And exhaling through the throat. Beautiful. Now we're going to ground that into the earth and double ground it, bringing it to the heart, and coming into the accordion next, which is a beautiful turning of the spine, spinal twist. So we're going to inhale here, center, and exhale towards your left, slowly, perhaps looking at the 3rd finger of that hand as you come around and seeing if you come around to the same height on the other side. Using your peripheral vision, you might want to look up and see a rim around the room that's above those fingers that draws your head to look straight forward rather than down. Spinal twist helps all the nerves that are on the spine, off the spine there, and helps us move towards restoration response or relaxation response. Beautiful. Now we could do a fun thing here, which is to bring that overhead like it's a big bowl, and we'll walk forward with it. Okay, you ready? You're going to shift to your right, bring your left heel forward, and move forward with that bowl. Really slowly, heel to toe. And when you get to the toe, you'll feel, okay, it's time to bring the other foot forward. 4, 5, good. Now bring the toe of your right foot back, and then come back slowly through the heel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll close it now. Let's exhale down. Very slowly. And notice how gradually it's easier to inhale and exhale when you do these few stretches here. So we'll stretch now into heaven and earth. You're going to bring this palm up for heaven and this palm down for earth. And feel how beautifully we can align ourselves if we feel the crown of the head at the back of the skull pulled up by a string. Lengthen the body. Add several inches to your length up and down. And now let's inhale here and bring the other hand up like this and this hand down. It looks a little bit like the Statue of Liberty, I think. It's just a beautiful move of heaven up here and earth down here. And we're connecting both energy lines of up and down. A couple more of heaven and earth, just to feel that. Inhale, center. And bring it down all the way here. We're going to use this same idea to bring both hands up, and we'll do a side bend, which will be, and it'll look like a circle, a half circle here. So we're going to come around this way. Bring your hand down, the whole rib cage here, and all the way down the leg. And that will cause a curve in this spine. And then if you're possibly able to do this, look up towards the hand. But you don't have to do that. You can always modify things for yourself. Basically, we're between two panes of glass here. Come back to center. Draw the other hand down the whole side body and bring this hand up for a side bend that looks very much like a curve, like a C curve. That really opens up that whole side body. One more here. And one more here. Beautiful. And our last one that I want to do here, because we've done triple burner, Buddha picks up the earth, several groundings, heaven and earth, the accordion, the propeller, is picking up a feather and letting it go. This is really important because you really get to feel that you're bending here, this leg, this back toe grounds you, and you're picking up a feather between your thumb and your forefinger. You're letting it go once you get to the top here. So there you are, lifting it all the way up. You're on your back toe. Really ground that toe. And you're fairly extended in both the arm and the leg in front too. So without locking the knee, you can certainly feel that it's still very long. And the back leg is very long too. Good extensions. Now, as you come back, look at it and then come down the wall, a flat palm, and inhale it again, thumb and forefinger. And notice how that back toe of this leg back here really keeps you grounded so you don't fall over. 3 more on your own. Inhale there. Exhale down the wall. This is picking up a feather and letting it go. We're doing this towards your right side here. Good. And the toe of this foot is also faced that way, so you can't hurt yourself, I don't think. Let's sink down here. Your feet are in a fairly wide V, so notice that. And you're going to shift here so that this toe is facing that wall there. You're going to pick up your feather here, thumb and forefinger. You'll come up the wall here. You'll be balancing on that back toe. And you might want to look back a moment. And that's another way you can do this. And then the front toe will come up. Your choice. Picking up a feather and letting it go. A beautiful way of extending both the leg and the arm. And noticing as your finger and thumb bring you up to the top of the ceiling almost, and then come down to paint it with a flat palm. Lots of ways of looking at this. One more. Beautiful. And come back down like that. Gorgeous. Good. So when you come back, just let it go. This is a typical Qigong move that we let the knees go, the buttocks go, the upper body, the fingers, everything there. And I think it's important to be able to do that. Okay, we're going to come now into a little bit of relaxing and letting go here with knocking at the gates. A very great warm up for Tai Chi Chuan that I learned a long time ago. And you're basically tapping your buttocks. The heel goes on each side as you twist with it. And once you've tapped your buttocks back here, yeah, you want to really tap all the way back there. It's a little home spanking. Then you go to your kidneys. And the same way, you're invigorating or bringing chi to the skin, the fascia, the blood vessels, and all this helps your circulation. The chi is your intrinsic energy that we cultivate with Tai Chi Chih and with Qigong, and which Qigong is the basis of Tai Chi Chih. Now you're going to come up to your lung points here, but you're just right inside your armpits, right there, that area. And those lung and heart points extend all the way to your big toe on the other side. So all of these meridian systems that we can learn a little bit about in this class, we're thinking about how everything connects to something else much lower down. Good. So that's your heart points or lung points here. And now you can also do this, because I always like to bring in some voice stuff here. So here's the Tarzan. This is your sternum here. And you're going to just make a big breath and then go ah. Ready? Ah. And that gets your voice kind of open, at least your low voice. And then I like to bring it up here. Let's just massage a little bit here. Massage around the shoulders. Qigong does use a lot of touch work, which is good for us. And then massage out here on top of the arm from the shoulder down, like getting rid of any negative energy. Sometimes just metaphorically is fun. And then inside the arm, massaging down and sending that energy out. Then we have to go to the other arm. Go past your watch if you have one on. You have to come over it. Watch for all your other stuff that we wear. And then you can also tap down from here, fold forward from the hips flat back, and then round the back to come down to tap the inside of the legs and down to the feet, bending them a little bit here, coming back up, tapping down again, fold forward from the hips first, flat back, round it, come outside the legs, and tap outside there. Good. And when you feel all that, you can tap here, arms, tap back up, across, down, up, and a little bit of facial massage. This is really good for us to basically massage the neck, the shoulders, the arms. We started doing a little bit of that, but you can sort of brush down the body, brush down the legs, brush down the outside. It's just sort of nice care saying, okay, I see you're there. I care about you, and I'm going to take care of you today. All right. Now let's rub the hands together. And we're going to basically come like this and just, move between the fingers. Make sure that you stretch them out. Bring them back into a fist, maybe. Let them go back. You want everything to be relaxed. So now we'll look at the joints. You're going to first bring your hands like this behind your back, because we want to keep our shoulders down as we do these exercises. So you're going to bring your head down to the chin, down to the chest, ear to the shoulder. Hold those arms down, back and back, ear to the other shoulder. The whole body itself is just staying in place, and you're turning the head. That's about 4 one direction. Now come back to center, take a deep breath. Your chin is close to the chest. And now you're going to bring your other ear to the shoulder, which will be your left. Or whatever you didn't do before. 4 circles. Keeping the body still. Good, and when you come back to center, your chin will be close to the chest. Then we're going to do the owl, which brings the head to the side. So you're going to inhale here, bring the chin parallel to the floor, and then turn it slowly towards your right, with the chin opposite the shoulder, if it's comfortable for you. Back to center, following with the eyes, your drishti point above your screens probably. And then coming back to the other side to look quite far over the plains to see what's there. The owl has amazing vision. So make your vision longer, as if you could see through the wall. Back to center, and one more to the other side. Good. Inhale, center. Now our next will be to bring our fingers right inside the shoulders. We're going to inhale forward, up, back and down, bringing the shoulder blades down the spine here. Feel them come down. Here's your inhale. Here is your exhale. That's 4 of those. And now we'll go back the other way. Back, up, forward, and down. So now you're diminishing the front of the body, but you're opening the back. So feel how whether you go forward or backward, this really affects the upper body here. So we go back now and we'll send the shoulder blades down the back. And that's what you want here. You want a nice open chest today as you do the practice of Tai Chi Chih eventually. And we're going to take a moment here to get some water and get a little bit of hydration going. Okay? So let's go get our water. Sinking and rising. Looking at our first Tai Chi move with new eyes, that we have a beautiful sense of forward and back shift, coming to the balls of the feet, and then coming back towards the heels. A little lift of the heels here now, a little lift of the toes here as we go back. Forward, back, up and down, shifting. With the figure 8, symbolizing long health and vitality. The slower we can go, the better it will be when we move into Tai Chi Chih. So we're feeling that energy in the palms and the fingers, and then we're exhaling down to feel it also in the toes. How slowly can you do this? So we're almost ready to do this, I think, but let's do a few more joints before we go on. So we started with this feeling of the shoulders moving forward and back, up and down. So we want to really get that. Then we did the back, up, forward and down. We're getting all those joints ready to go here. Now we're going to bring the arms out to the side in a T and circle the forearms and the wrists. And you'll feel a little bit up to your shoulders because the joints do start connecting to each other. So feel the slowness of this, the calmness of it. And your wrist circles are coming forward right now with the forearms. That's sort of natural. Now you're going to go back the other way. So exhaling back, the backs of the hands start moving back, and you begin to realize, oh, that's what I'm doing. It's very slow. Good. Now we're going to come down, bring the elbows close to the body, and we'll be circling, generally more isolating the wrists, but still it's the forearms and the wrists that are connecting here. You can see that and feel that. So feel the slowness of it, and then turn the wrists back the opposite way. We want to just slow down. Most of us have long, complicated days, so this is important to just be able to let go like this. Good. Now, as you move down the body, you'll next be moving probably to the hips. So this would be forward. Let's move to the right, back. Let's move to the left together. 2, 3, 4, 1. Do you want to get all those 4 points? 4 points of the clock. If we're moving towards the right, it would be 12, 3, 6, 9, right? If we're moving towards the left, it would be forward, and then it would be 3, 6, 9, 12. So you want to get all 4 points, however you do it. And then eventually you say, wow, that's a lot to think about, but let's just do both directions. Nice roll here, like you're on a hula hoop. But always doing it for your body. If that's too big or small, just change it and going the opposite direction. Oh, and we should remember to keep the head up too. We don't want to bring the head over. So kind of like a top. Good. Now you're going to fold forward from the hips, flat back, feet are together. Take hold of your knees. You might be gazing forward here, and you're going to do the same thing. Let's go forward, right, back, left, but make it a nice circle without stopping. And then go the opposite way, forward, this way, probably to your left, if you did the right before. Good, now you're going to straighten the legs without locking the knees completely. Bring the hands down the shins, bring the feet apart in a V here. Bring the backs of the palms together. And we'll do a few of the fountain, beautiful Qigong move. Inhale here. Exhale down slowly, folding forward from the hips, flat back, round the spine, almost touching the earth, letting the hands drape there for a moment. Inhale back up. Open. Another couple of these fountain moves. And this time when you come up, try different vowels. I-O. Inhale for ah. Aha. Inhale up again for I. And back down. I. Inhale for I. A. And back down. Inhale first, exhale down. Inhale for ow. Ow. Taking a deep breath and exhale down. Use your abdominals to pull in and then come back up. I-O. Ow. Inhale. Ow. Good. And it seems just appropriate to just feel like we're almost through with the Qigong, but we do need to do one more for the shoulders. Let's do some big breaststroke moves here. They don't have to be fast, but if you want to do fast because you're a fast moving person and younger than I am, go for it. As we get older, we want to be able to move slowly but well, so we strengthen all the joints, but can fall and not kill ourselves if possible, and just take care of our bodies. Noticing what we're doing. Sort of awareness within is the name of the game here. Good. Now you're going to do backstrokes, but I like to do them in place as if I'm on a raft. Oh, it's a beautiful day, and I'm just looking up, thinking it actually was an amazing day today. Hot, beautiful, blue sky. Wow. That sometimes you see when you're lying on a raft somewhere, right? So imagine that. Good. Let's do a little bit of the breaststroke here. This brings energy here. I like to make a sound like whoosh. So I'm really using my abs. So we're going to inhale, and you're doing a breaststroke through some fairly heavy water. Inhale. Whoosh. Good. That brings in the abs. Feel it? Inhale first, exhale. Inhale up through the water. Swish. So I used pish and then I used swish. I think swish I like better. Swish. Yeah, really use those abs. You really pulls you in. So when you're doing a forward back weight shift, what happens is you're inhaling forward and you expand there. And as you exhale back, you're contracting. And that contraction is going towards the Ming Men area, which is the low spine here. So being able to feel that as you move forward and back is going to be important. That happens when we get into Tai Chi Chih. And then one other thing I wanted to do was, oh yes, Hatha Yoga. The connection to Hatha Yoga for me is that we do not want to move our bodies beyond the big toe. So this is going to be the prayer. So if you bring the palms together, you'll feel the prana of yoga here, where you're always touching the body. And that's a very slow exhale down through the center body. Let's do 3 of those yoga prayers. Yoga and Qigong are very connected in style, except that Qigong loves to bring the palms apart here. So here the Legong points at the center of the palms connect. There's polarity between these points. They're called Legong points. You come down without letting the palms touch, but you can still feel something there. It's the Qi. We're slowly cultivating it today. Big breaths. Do you feel the expansion and now feel this contraction? Yeah, the body just opens when you come to the bottom. It goes, I want to breathe. So breathe, open. One more. I'm giving that a title here. It may have one, but this is the Qigong prayer. All right. And we're going to do one more Qigong thing here that we're going to turn into yoga. But we're going to say right now let's do the prayer twist from yoga. So come to the front of the balls of the feet. This actually is great for balance, and we need the balance in Tai Chi Chih also. But you're going to come here, and now you're going to do a spinal twist on the balls of your feet towards this direction, towards your right, as far as you can go with that hip and front body, upper body, and head and shoulder. And then slowly back to the center to inhale. And you're on the balls of your feet. So you're at the front of the foot here. Inhale, and then twist this way with your spine. And back to center. And now we'll let it go. Tadasana, mountain pose.